go.
Here we go. Let's go. My voice is going to be cracking and making funny sounds all day today.
I'm proud of you,
Charlie.
I'm good. I'm glad you're cracking puberty.
Yeah, that's right. Finally, right? You know,
I knew it was any day.
Any day. Oh yeah, I'm battling a bit of a cold. I've chugged some Dayquil, and we've got my coffee here, and yeah, I don't know, we should be good. I can still work. Oh, there we go. We got some music going. I was gonna say we should bump in some music. There we go.
Oh yeah, makes a big difference.
It does. All right. I wish there was a way. I wonder. I don't know. We'll have to play with this one of these times of starting it. We might. I don't know if we play the background music and well, here, let's try this. This will tell us real quick. Hopefully I could turn this back off after I start it. I'm going to start our countdown thing again and just see if it changes out the audio. I feel like it did. I think it did, right? So I bet if we start the background music before we go live, then it should automatically pull it back over to it. But I don't know. It's also a little bit hard to tell because I think that music is a little bit louder than what we have the background music set to. So anyway, but we will yet learn how to be streamers. So
cheers. We will figure this out.
Yeah, you see what mine says? Of course I talk to myself. Sometimes I need expert advice. This one was a gift. So, I mean, but there is a mug that I think says it all, which is this one.
World's best boss.
I got it for myself at Spencer's Gifts. Not really, but office joke. Oh, all right.
What a great mid-ticket offers. Is that what we're doing?
Mid-ticket offer. So when we last met our heroes, they were in the midst of putting together I need a better word for this. So we're ultimately working on the mid-ticket offer, but I separately categorize the idea of a like a product or a solution compared to the actual offer. The product or solution can be remixed in all sorts of different offers. But the offer is like the unique package of how you're going to deliver it, what it's going to cost, what all's included, right? What's bundled with it and all of that. And so what we developed last time is clarity around what the solution is. And then today we're going to formalize that into an offer and then start down the process of building out the promo assets. So that's what we're working on today. Does that all make sense?
Yep. Let's do it.
Perfect. All right. I need to find what we did last time. I think I put it into Hack and D, didn't I? Pretty sure I did. And then
you did.
We're building it out in Claude. Let me get that pulled up.
And at some point, I think I'm going to switch to my phone and go for a walk again while we build this out.
That sounds good. It's always a good time to get some walking in. All right, let's see. I think this was the one where we were talking about it. Yep. Okay, perfect. And then I'm in here. And the effortless content system. That's what we came up with, right?
Yeah.
All right, perfect. Okay, so let me think through this. Let me pull back up my my guide for how I do this. I need to get my screen share going. Share screen. Entire screen 2. Here we go. Get a little bit of inception going on there.
Nice.
Ooh. All right. Okay, so we developed our unique approach. That's the name for it. So the unique approach. Okay, now typically this is what we would do. We would go into the curriculum structure, detail out each step in the structure, define precise actions the customer must do, explain. Yeah, I think actually right now, I think we can. I'm pretty sure at this point, at least for me and the level of clarity that I need, I think we're actually okay to not do this yet. The only thing that so truth's advocate in this, the only thing that might be worthwhile for why we would do this is in developing out the offer. Part of this process is to come up with so like we have the overarching flow, right, which is like the high level steps. Then within those, you have like what do you actually need to learn each step of the way. And part of what is revealed through that process as well is like what are the tools or assets that help make that easy to accomplish, right? And so that can inform a bit on like what's included in sales copy and that sort of stuff to say, you know, you need this. Here's the tool that we put together to make it easy. Here's the specific template, the specific checklist, the specific process. That's like you need to do this. Here's the thing that makes it easier. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So it can potentially be worthwhile. I think I want to proceed without doing those intermediate steps that we get to the point of having something that like, I think we'll be able to get enough without it, to be able to launch like something that people could buy. And then like in the process of building it out, I think I could do that after the fact. So, I don't know. Does that all make sense to you?
Yeah, that makes sense.
All right. Okay, so let me go through and see where in my steps I need to skip to. Why is that one not in there? There we go. That's weird. Wonder why that was set up as like a code block. Okay. All right, perfect. So now I think we need to define a couple of things real quick. So let me look at our overarching offer. And let me see what we're delivering. So the effortless content system. Yeah, I think I liked the second one that we did better. So let's look at that. Who it's for, that's all fine. The transformation. Okay, so this is what here's what I'm zeroing in on right now. This is what I'm going to teach. So what I'm doing in my mind is I'm just trying to think through what is it going to take for me to deliver on this. So first off, let me correct this because this is not right. Risp.ai. Okay, so record and transcribe your meetings, extract, identify the valuable nuggets of wisdom for your transcripts that would otherwise remain trapped. Okay, so teaching people how to capture and the tools that are available for that. So extract, that's my first step of the process of doing the like atomic content packs, and then turning those atomic content packs into your first social post, then showing how to take a social post and adapt it in other forms, and then kind of thinking through a plan of action to schedule out those posts and what that looks like. So with all that in mind, I feel like I pretty readily could do that. I feel like I could do that in a 2 to 4 hour workshop. I don't know how long it would actually take me. If you had to guess, how long is that going to take me? You've seen like how I teach things and walk through things. I don't know. Meaning the workshop itself, actually delivering it.
So I think 4 hours, and then there'd probably be like a second 3 hour call.
Okay, perfect. So let's get and what would you say the second 3 hour call would be?
I think that would just be positioned as like a bonus because you're not like you could possibly have like Q&A that spills over.
Perfect.
And where either you don't get to everything the first call, and so you cover, or the second call kind of ends up being, hey, now that you've thought through this, what Q&A do you have?
Right,
just as a bonus.
Perfect. So that makes sense. So essentially, chart it out as 2 separate sessions. So let me look through, and that makes sense to me too. Here, I don't know if I want to share my full calendar on screen right now, so let me go in and do this. Well, here, I do want this view to be set up like this. Let's change this back here. There we go. Okay. So I'm looking at my calendar and I'm just trying to see this is what I'm doing. Is I'm thinking through, if I'm going to develop this out as an offer, then I need to also know kind of when I'm going to actually do this, right? Okay. So we are sitting here right now on the 12th. When, you know, I mean, like for me, most typically, I don't know what level of a promo cycle are you planning on? Are you thinking about and expecting for your mid-ticket offers?
So I like the idea of a monthly thing. I like that. It
Right.
probably needs to be in the third week of the month for me, because I work with real estate agents and lenders, and the last week and the first week of the month are super busy for them, and so that gives me the second week to promote and then the third week to run.
Well, part of what I like about the way that Zach Hansen has talked about this process is I like the idea of thinking about this as a monthly promotion, but essentially I'm always doing, like, there's always two things that are being promoted. There's the new mid-ticket offer, and then separately it's like the premium is opened. Does that make sense? So it's like,
yeah,
you're always doing two promotions. One is for the mid-ticket offer, and then the other is like what you're doing to promote the premium kind of on the back of your mid-ticket offer promotion, right? Where it's like the mid-ticket is also what opens up access again into your premium, right? Because the mid-ticket gives you the opportunity to sell into the premium, and it's like the first part of a promotion around that, but then the latter half of the month, then you're promoting into your premium. I like that feel. I like that idea. I think that puts us into about two week promotion chunks.
Yeah.
And really, I think what it mostly is it 2 week promotion chunks, or is it 2 week blocks where it's like the first 2 weeks you're focused on the mid-ticket and you know, mid-ticket, the delivery, the creation of the assets, the promotion, and then the latter 2 weeks you're focused on the promotion of your premium. There could be a little bit of delivery still in the latter half of the month for your mid-ticket. Yeah, I think the sequence will typically look like you have some period of time where you're developing the promotion, or you're developing the offer. Like what's the best way for me to show and demonstrate this idea? Hey, look, I got a comment. Hey, look, Larry's on. Hey, Larry, how's it going?
Hey.
Larry is an awesome gentleman for my church here in Harlan. So,
wonderful! Nice to meet you, Larry.
He's a good guy. I work with Larry on Fresh Road Media projects too. So Fresh Road Media is a ministry broadcast company that I'm helping as well. So yeah. Welcome, Larry. Good to see you here. Okay, so let's see. What do you think, Charlie? What's the best tool for me to like what I need to do here is I need to plan out like sort of thinking through what is the cycle of creation, delivery, promotion, all of that. So I'm kind of charting out, because really the end result that we're looking to answer here is what is the date that I'm going to deliver this thing, so that we have that information to actually build out the offer itself, right? Like that's the end goal. But in the process, we kind of need to get a little bit clear on what our typical cycle will look like. Does that make sense?
I mean, I'm strategically lazy, so I would put that in Claude, and I'd say, hey, help me think backwards with this. Is what I'm looking to do. It'll ask some questions and kind of go from there.
Yeah, sounds good. All right, let's do that. Let me. I got my transcript here. let me share my screen. Let's see what comes of this. Let's go to this one. Let's look at my screen. All right, let's see what it comes up with.
So I do not see your screen yet. It just
you
looks
don't?
black. No.
Oh, why is that? Good call. Thanks for clarifying that. Let me share my screen. Share screen. Entire screen. Here we go.
Now I see it.
All right, here we go. All right, it's coding it out.
Is it giving you code?
It's coding it out as an SVG, it looks like. What's this writing it in? Yeah, rectangle text. That's funny. I should probably tell it to just use like markdown tables.
I want to see what this looks like now. Is it going to be like a Gantt chart?
Yeah, I don't know. It might be. Let's see. Let's see what it looks like. Look at that. All right. Week 1 development.
That's pretty cool looking.
That is pretty cool looking. All right. MidTicket, monthly MidTicket offer cycle. Week 1 development phase. Conceptual development. Extract atomic concepts. Content framework. Create supporting materials. Template setup. Tech and delivery. Okay. To show it kind of looks like it's trying to loop back on itself. Pre-launch, content strategy, plan content mix, create offer page, sales copy, schedule and create promotional content, prepare reminder, follow-up sequences, week 3 launch phase. All right, so let's do this. So show me how this would stack up. Show me how this would stack up with the idea of doing 2 different promotions per month. One for the mid-ticket and one for the premium. There's going to be some overlap on preparation, delivery. There's going to be some overlap preparation, delivery between the 2. This time, just give it to me as markdown tables, though this chart ended up looking really cool. We'll do a chart after dialing in the phases. Well, my thoughts are that the development phase potentially happens during the premium promo phase. So there's kind of 2 different running cycles. The mid-ticket cycle and the premium promo cycle. What might the sequences look like for that? All right, it's still not getting the full idea here. So let me try and clarify something real quick. All right, I might lose audio for a second because I'm gonna do voice to text. using the built-in functionality on my Mac. There we go. Okay. That's not completely correct. Part of what I'm looking for is more of a generic thought around mid-ticket offers. So the offer for the effortless content system is its own dedicated offer. It has nothing to do with this overarching cycle. It's just an example of an offer that we are deploying on. Our overall mid-ticket offer cycle would have some level of a period of time where we're thinking about what offers to develop, then a period of time where we're actually developing out that offer. That would include putting together the solution, creating the sales and promo assets, etc., and then a period of actually doing the promotion, and then a period of doing the delivery. So that's kind of what that looks like. The premium part of the cycle would be a little bit more around just developing the promotion for the premium, because the offer itself tends to stay the same. So it's more around promotion, and a little bit different from developing out a separate offer. So use that information to adapt what you've given me. A lot easier to do that than it is to type.
Yeah.
All right, let's see what it came up with. So generic mid-ticket offer and premium promotion cycles. Mid-ticket offer cycle, new offer each month. Ideation, week 4, previous month. Brainstorm offer concepts, validate market demand, decide on transformation, focus, outline potential deliverables. Determining what to offer to create next based on audience needs and your expertise. Development, extract concepts from recordings. Yeah, I mean, it's still getting that in there. That's fine. Structure workshop framework, create supporting materials, set up technical infrastructure, prepare delivery mechanisms, building the actual offer and all components needed to deliver it. Pre-launch, create offer page, sales copy. Yeah, I mean, so technically, so just reading through this, here's what this brings to mind. So this is part of what this process is useful for in terms of thinking through this. So ideation, what actually needs to happen? So ideation is going to be a combination of what questions are coming up in the premium, right? I could potentially be looking for a grab bag of options that I just keep collected and say, hey, this is something that I could deliver on, that people are asking about, or that, solutions that I've developed. So that's a separate one. The other thing that I do for ideation is I think through what have I already created, what are the things that I could just leverage, and make an offer around. So ideation isn't necessarily a full week. It's more like a session potentially of what do these things look like? So ideation, development, and yeah, really, like, I think about ideation, development, and pre-launch as all kind of they're all the same cycle. There's just different sub phases in that process. So ideation is first coming up with what are we going to create an offer around. Then the first part of development is actually developing out the solution or the unique approach, to figure out how do we describe what we're doing and what's the transformation that we're going to be delivering on. Then the next phase in that process is actually developing out the offer. So the offer portion is going to give us all the information to actually start building out the needed sales assets and that sort of thing. So that's like determining when we're going to deliver it, how we're going to deliver it, what the cost is going to be, all of that. And then there's so getting that information established and thought through, and then there's actually like an initial build out to be able to build out the assets that are needed. So building out the assets, that's going to be some sort of sales page or sales document. So that could be done in Google Docs. That part's easy. And then some sort of way to collect payment in order to get people into the thing, right? And so the collect payment, I think we're looking at doing a simple Stripe checkout for that to try and make this as simple as possible. So that's what I want to test this time, at least. And then ultimately how that Stripe payment connects to people who are part of this process getting the thing that they paid for, right? Which would be like access to join the Zoom and any other resources that they get access to, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so like that's kind of the initial build out. Then you have the promo itself. So all of those things have to be done before the promo. And then in that development process, you're also building out the promo assets, like part of this pre-launch too. So after we have those sales assets so that somebody can do something, then we actually build out the promo assets themselves, because the promo assets need to point back to the thing that lets a sale happen, right? Which would be the sales, the sales letter, sales mechanism, plus some sort of checkout thing. So we build out the promo assets, and the promo assets typically look like building an email launch that gets turned into social posts as well. So there's building out the promotion process. Then there's actually running the promotion process. While running the promotion process is typically when I'd be doing whatever I need to build out the rough portions around actually like delivering on what I deliver, right? So that's getting all my things together so that I have what I need to present the content and actually teach on it, right? So there's a little bit of preparation on actually delivering, but not a ton. And putting it at this point makes it clear because I know what I'm selling, so I know what I need to deliver on. So I know what I'm putting together to actually present on. Okay, so while running the promotion itself, there's a bit of the setup and preparation of the delivery. So like the pre-delivery process. Then we have the actual delivery itself. So the launch and delivery itself is actually just running the workshops themselves. Any needed like email reminders, that sort of thing. That's part of what the launch and delivery process is. And then there's a post-delivery process, and the post-delivery process is getting the recordings and getting them chopped up and put into like our course platform so that people can reference them in the future, and that those become assets that we can resell in the future as different, as MidTicket offers or as bonuses, etc. So that's kind of the phases for the MidTicket cycle, and that closes the loop on an individual cycle. Things that are potentially worth thinking about in that phase. So there's going to be the development of new MidTickets, right, which is a brand new offer, and then there's going to be relaunches of old MidTickets where I may not need to create a brand new offer, but rather I'm launching an old offer, but with like a new call to action, or a new not a new call to action, a new Q&A, where it's like the course plus Q&A live feedback portion. So I may not need to develop a whole new thing, but rather just, again, kind of help take people through the same process that I've taken them through before. That would, like, if we do the VA hiring accelerator again as a dedicated thing, that would be one that would be like that. I wouldn't re-deliver all that content. I'd just have Q&A calls.
Right.
Does that all make sense?
That makes sense to me.
Perfect. And then, okay, so then the premium offer cycle, I don't know, just help me think through that, because I think it's worthwhile for us to think through kind of how they relate together.
So I had an insight while you're doing that.
What's that?
Which is, I actually think we should start from thinking of the premium offer first.
Right.
And offering that and work backward. Like, then the question is, how does the so you've got a window to open and close your premium offer.
Right.
How does like work backwards from there, instead of thinking how does the MidTicket funnel into that? Does that make sense?
It does. I don't know if I know the answer off the top of my head. So
yeah,
in terms of what I've seen terms of what I've seen from Zach Hansen, I mean, it's mostly like the mid tickets are always like, they are the same kinds of things that people in your premium would want, right?
Right.
And so timing wise, it's like it happened. It's more like now it happens to be open. I'm not sure if he's doing anything like so there's a couple of different ways that you can make the same thing be kind of unique, right? Which is you can change how you're bundling things. You can change the terms. There's like the scarcity of like a new price point is going to happen or something, or a specific. So like you could say like, for instance, you could offer the same thing over and over. So to the point of the premium, you could do a buy the mid ticket as the buy the mid ticket is kind of the first offer. You could promote the premium by saying, hey, you get access to this mid ticket completely for free when you join our premium, right? Like you get access to that. So that's a way of offering the same thing again. You could also do like a discounted start rate. You could do I don't know, like it's all about different hooks for offering the same thing, but the offer itself stays the same. So like what people are looking for, what people are interested in, what people are wanting, that promotion stays the same. Does that make sense?
Yeah. So I've seen him like he'll offer, hey, with this one, you get an hour one-on-one with me to help you do X.
Oh,
or
right.
With this one, this one you're going to, it's what it would normally cost for 12 weeks. Instead, you pay for 10, and our whole system is to, launch XYZ, or, so that's what he's done.
Right. Yeah. And so it's like essentially it's, hey, Noah, essentially the system's always the same. And so like it's like a one-on-one call is offered, or like we're gonna do a new quick launch thing, so like you essentially just figure out like what's kind of the way to make the same thing a little bit unique again, right? And what's nice is that it can be a minor thing, rather than like a massive difference or a massive change.
Right.
Yeah, and so like one-on-one calls, there could be like a group kickoff call, there could be
I mean, sometimes it's just, hey, I'm going to raise the price next time.
Right.
He's done that a lot.
This is the last time that I'm offering it at this price. I'm going to be raising the price. So if you want it at this price, it's a good time to get started. Yeah, and I mean, what's nice is that you literally could cycle between those, right? Here, like let me see. Let me go into Claude real quick and say, let's have it give us some more ideas around this. Let's see. All right, let's do this. I need to like look through this for a second to find the portion to trim it down. Yeah, so I think around here, is the right spot. Yeah, so like things that stand out to me as angles for this that I feel like I would actually be able to actually do in a way that makes sense. So let's call this premium offer hooks. So one is dedicated one-on-one sessions, right? Offering that. So for the next 10 people who join, I'm going to do, one-on-one calls with you to get you started quick, right? It was the same idea, but in a group environment. So we're going to do a dedicated group kickoff call that's outside of the norm to get you guys launched, answer your questions, etc. If you want to be able to join and get access to that to get launched, then you got to join within this time frame, right? There's that. There's the price is going to be going up. That's good. That's good promotion. And then the other one that I would do. So it's not so much because like here's the reality. All the mid tickets are included, but a good other angle is like did you miss our last mid ticket? Well, there's still time. If you join our premium, you get access to that too, right? So at no additional cost, you get access to what we covered there and get the opportunity to take action on it now, right? So it's the, you could still get access to it. That sort of idea. Implementation sprint. Yeah, I could see that. So if you have like if you have a thing that you don't do all the time, but it's like hey, we're gonna do like a jumpstart cohort, where it's like we have our normal stuff. That's kind of our weekly calls, but we're gonna do a separate call where it's we're running through like how to implement this stuff more powerfully. If you joined right now, you get access to that. Like that, I could see that. So really, it's the same thing. We got one-on-one. We got like one-off group call, and then like another option is a recurrent group call. Does that make sense? Like for the running a cohort, right? So
right.
For a few weeks, we're gonna be doing this to move you forward. Let's see, monthly challenge structure, workshop based, AI integration. Oh, I can see that being another one that could work. If there's like specifically, well, like, I don't know, when I think about yours as a premium, for instance, like one of the ways that you can offer a discount without it feeling exactly like a discount is you position it as we'll pay your first month's ads, right? Like,
right.
So like if you get started, like right now off of this specific offer, we'll pay your first month's ads, right? Like that sort of idea. I'm not sure how that, like, I'm still refining what my premium offer really looks like, but as there gets to be maybe a software component or services based component, I could see that angle could work in some cases. where it's like some portion of a typical cost is not present for a month or something, or for a few weeks. Right. There could be, let's see, what's another angle? Another angle is if it's software, you know, get started now for a low amount and try us out, like the try us out model. Try it out for a week, try it out for a month, and if you don't like it, then don't continue and you don't pay the full amount. There's that as an offer. What else? I feel like there's some other angles that I would typically be able to lean back on, but I mean, that's enough. But like those sorts of ideas of being able to say the premium itself stays the same, but you have a few different angles that you could test to see if any of those are hitting with people and working well. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah, founding member rates. This one makes sense.
I mean, with software, it's easy too. I mean, you can always do, hey, the trial's only open right now. You know, get in because we're onboarding a few select people during this phase. You know, that's what Gmail did. What was the Wave? Remember Google Wave? That's what they did.
Right.
I think Dropbox did something similar.
Right. No, that makes sense. All right, let's let me see. Yeah, so let's throw this in here. Close that one. Let's do a new note. All right. Okay, I'm going to get rid of some of this because this isn't actually right. However, I'm going to throw in a spot for this. Ticket to premium monthly cycle. I'm going to get rid of this. So what I'm doing in Obsidian is I'm setting myself up to have a spot to create a note around this, so I can track that I want a note there.
Gotcha.
Core components, key, matching, success metrics, premium offer, upsell, customer satisfaction. Yeah, those are fine. Okay, and so then in here, ticket offers, and in here, adaptable workshops, cohorts from 2-hour workshops to multiple session, everything in between. Price point for mid tickets is typically 100 to, what did he describe? Like, what does he say?
I think he said anything under $2,000, but he's usually at 100 is where he starts. And then if people have issues, he actually suggests they drop it down, because the whole goal is to get buyers into your funnel to offer the premium.
Perfect. Okay, and then in here, I want to link to the offer creation guide to creating compelling offers, business offers, step by step. I think that was this one. Let's see what shows up in MidTicket. What was this one called? Guide to managing MidTicket. Oh, I see why. Okay, perfect. Okay, so this creates like an anchor point for me to reference back to some of these other documents and systems that I'm creating, so that we can find them again in the future. This premium offer promotion strategies. This one is like hooks and ways to sell the premium in different ways. Also potentially relevant to adapting old mid tickets into new mid tickets. Okay, and then we have the monthly cycle itself, which we're working on here. Okay. Let's go in here. That part's good. to Claude here and say, please extract from this transcript the portion where describe the way I think through the overall cycle of all right, so ideation, development, promotion, delivery. Okay, so main phases of the
This is another really good thing you do. By default, I mean, this is the way, if you're going to create a repeating system, the way it should happen.
Right.
You take the time up front to really nail it. But it's boring. I'm probably not going to I would already get bored and I would start cutting corners, but you have this ability because we're on the line together.
Right.
Just keep plugging through.
Yep. Exactly. Into ideation, solution development, offer development, sales and promo, asset creation. Asset creation. Promotion. Delivery. All right, let's see how this goes through. Oh, hey, it's giving me an SVG for this one now.
That's funny.
It is cool that it just creates them for you. It is nice.
It's
Got
pretty amazing what all's created. We got 2. I like it.
If you're watching, drop a comment. Let us know. All right. Development phase and promotion phase.
That's kind of cool, that SVG.
Yeah, indeed. These 4 weeks.
And what are you trying to work through right now?
I'm mapping out what it actually looks like to run this system, which will also tell me like long term what it looks like for when I should be planning to do the mid-ticket deliveries, knowing that they don't exist in a vacuum. They exist in amongst the rest of the system. And so picking the date, like I could just pick the date, but I kind of want to see like what's the work that needs to be happening simultaneously to keep the engine running. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
All right. So mid-ticket, promotion launch, pre-launch, continued promotion, workshop delivery, out. Yeah, pre-launch prep. That makes sense. And yeah, look, it pretty much did this as a Gantt chart. What'd you say?
Yeah. One question I've been asking AI with stuff like this is because I told you a lot of times they give me this week 1, week 2, week 3, is I've asked, which in this we actually want that, but ask, what is it that I need to do? What is it that AI can do? And what is it that needs to be done up front and that needs to be done consistently? And I have it break down the tasks that way, which has been really helpful. And sometimes they'll say, tell me what my client needs to do. Me, AI, and the client.
Right. Okay, so what it's doing, development for next cycle. Yeah, I think this concurrent isn't right. Yeah, this is helping me to have clarity around what the process looks like, so I can kind of reverse engineer what the timelines look like, and really have more clarity on like what realistically needs to be accomplished to keep a system like this running. Like the goal is to get to, doing something monthly, but doing this monthly, you have to do multiple things at the same time in order to actually have it running monthly, right?
Right.
And so having clarity around seeing that helps me.
That little dotted line loop is pretty cool.
Yeah. Or it like cycles it back through. Okay, so what this is saying. So week 1 on the MidTicket. Okay. Yeah, so this is how it shows on a calendar. Really, this is step 1 in the process. And then next MidTicket, ideation and development, sales and promo assets for next month, like creating those things, and then you're also delivering on whatever your last thing that was launched. So while you're delivering on the last thing, the work that you're doing separately is to start creating for the next one, right? So you're doing that. Weeks 3 and 4. Week 1, the promotion itself doesn't take a ton of time to run, currently, at least the way that I'm envisioning it. So most of your time is actually, in terms of the active workload around the MidTicket, is around any of the pre-launch prep, right? So if you're going to actually deliver in week 2, then week 1 is like getting together your outline, making sure that you have whatever slides or whatever documentation that you're going to flow people through, right? Creating the things that are necessary to do that. So, and that's very different than the actual creation of the thing itself. It's like if I'm going to present something, whatever it looks like for me to get ready the things that I need to do to present that thing. That's what you're doing in week 1. And then week 2, you're actually doing the delivery. This says continued promotion. I mean, maybe. But you have the delivery itself. So that's where you're actually like, okay, people bought in. Now we're launching this and running through that, and then potentially like week 2, week 3, week 4, you might also have further delivery on those things, right? And there might even be week 1, week 2, you might have like cycles if you're running like a multi-week thing where there's a combination of delivery plus preparing for the next week, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so that makes sense to me. Then for the premium, if you delivered week 2, then your goal is to start promoting the premium week 3. And so to be able to do that, weeks 1 and 2, I mean, you're still running like your regular delivery for your premium, right? And you keep running your regular delivery for all of these. Then develop next premium promotion angle and assets. So weeks 1 and 2, which may not take 2 weeks, but like you're thinking through, if I'm going to be promoting week 3 right now, mentally, I know what's going on with the MidTicket in terms of what our promotion angle was for that. So it's also a good time to potentially start developing out what the promotion angle is for the premium in the coming promotion cycle, right? Where you can say, all right, this pairs really well together. We got people who are interested in this, so we'll do a premium promotion of like implementing the whole system or whatever, right? Where it's like, or we'll just keep it simple and the price is going to go up, or I'm going to do onboarding.
I mean, it can be. I mean, it's the product launch formula. Just the fact that there's an open and close cart. For probably like 90 days.
Right.
I mean, his was just like, hey, we're opening again and we're closing again. And, his promotion, one of the things that like his promotion really was just embedded inside the MidTicket. It was very easy. Like, hey, if you want my one-on-one help, here's a document that sells that. His promotion. And then he had a couple emails around it before and after. if you want my one-on-one, like it's really, really low key embedded in the mid-ticket. And it looks like what happens is a lot of people sign up for what happened to me, some people sign up for a mid-ticket or two, and like eventually, maybe the second, third, fourth time around, they're like, all right, I'm going to finally, buy the premium. Like, I know you know what you're doing, and I want your one-on-one help now.
Right. Yeah, exactly. And so it's mostly like, hey, this is open again. If you want to join, here's the details. Yeah.
And
so I mean,
it closes like a week after the mid-ticket is done. Right. Something like that.
So it goes like, yeah. So it's more based around the mid-ticket itself. Yeah, and you can kind of have that just continual, like, hey, we've opened this up. Also, as a bonus, like, you get access to the mid-ticket that we just created. Like, just reminding people of that. It's kind of, it's a built-in thing, but like anybody who was on the fence or whatever and maybe didn't get in but they wanted to on the mid-ticket, I've had people do that. There was a sale that we made where the person very specifically mentioned, like, they were like, yeah, if I didn't see another email from you, I wasn't going to buy in, but because I saw one, it was like my sign to buy in. Right. So like sometimes that's literally what it is. It's just somebody just needs like another reminder. It's like they're interested, they're on the fence. And anyway, so like you could have somebody who's like, yeah, I wanted that mid-ticket, but I didn't take action in time. So yeah, when this came up, I was like, all right, that makes sense. Let's just move forward. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think like what's nice is that in terms of showing this, like, yeah, maybe more accurately to show this. And it may not matter visually for this. Most of the workload really happens around the mid-ticket in terms of like being creative and coming up with new ideas. The premium, it's mostly like, if you have an idea of something new to try, you try it. But literally just the open and close cycle works. For Zach, is he opening and closing in 90-day cycles, or is he opening and closing in along with the mid-tickets?
So I'm in his product, I'm in his premium offer now, so I haven't paid a whole lot of attention. But it looks like, looking back at the past, he would just do it as part of, at the very beginning, he'd say, hey, if you want some other ways to work with me, here's 3 ways you can work with me.
Right.
And it would be like, one, you can hire me one-on-one. 2, you can sign up for my Catalyst program, which this is a part of, where we go through the whole thing, and you click here to get this document if you're interested. And then you just read the document, DM him it. And so and then he'll send like 1 or 2 emails afterwards. Right. Rebecca said that she's watching.
How's it going, Rebecca?
And,
which Rebecca is it?
Rebecca Happy.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Says it's hard to see way above my capacity. I think having some sense of coding helps a lot, even the vocabulary.
Potentially. I'm not sure. We're working out loud. So this is literally the process that we do to kind of get this stuff done. So but yeah. Okay, cool. So yeah, what was I gonna say? So yeah, I think around the premium, the premium, like the offer itself actually isn't changing a ton. So I mean, mostly like, I think this is a pretty, it's really kind of a low key offer made, where it's mostly like, hey, here's it's open now, come into it. Maybe that's something that you could do for me. Maybe you could grab whatever he has for examples or whatnot on that, and like what the email sequences look like, and see if he runs kind of a kind of a continual playbook style for that. or not. Like, I don't know if it's like you mentioned, he sends a couple emails. I think that's what you noticed. Maybe he's technically doing more, but you noticed a couple, right?
Right.
So I'd be interested what he actually does on that. But like, I mean, even without seeing it, here's what I imagine. It's mostly you have your promo into this, and then you have like a what I would call a, hey, MidTicket was great. You know, if you weren't able to join us, you know, we announced that we're opening back up the this program. If you want in, you know, reply and let me know, and I can send you the details. And you do a handful of emails like that to promote it. You close it down, and then you're into the MidTicket offer promotion cycle for the next one, right? Like, the one thing
go ahead.
I was just gonna say the one thing that I'm curious about is the what the timeline of his typical cycle looks like, right? Like, is it a 1 week promotion, a 2 week promotion? How does he think about that?
Yeah, I'll see if I can find out. You know, the other thing is, you know, so he's got the premium one-on-one offer, and the reason this other system came up was a lot of the coaches that do, you know, doing all this big money, they actually have this huge team of ISAs and callers, and he was on appointments all the time, and he's like, I don't want to be on appointments with people. So what he does at the very bottom, he's got his $7, you know, he gets buyers for his low ticket offers.
Right.
And so they get that, and they're on his email list. He uses the MidTicket really to ascend them into a personal relationship, so they get to experience him personally, so that he doesn't have to hop on one-on-one sales calls. And then during that, then he offers the, you know, during that, he's like, hey, if you want to work one-on-one, here's how. So that's he's building his list with the low ticket. He's inviting people to experience him one-on-one with the MidTicket, and offering the one-on-one or higher ticket through that.
Right. Yeah. And I mean, there is just at least a minor bit like here, like we can look real quick. Here, let me pause my share for a second. Let me pull up some examples. We can look through and we can see. Perfect. Here, let's show my screen. All right, so these are the emails that I've received from Zach Hansen. So let's go to the first email of the month. Launchpad 2.0. Launch a micro offer. So Launchpad 2.0, launching a micro offer is the offer for that. Process growing any online business. Case studies are growing by day. Very soon, using AI to create results, focused experiences. If you would like to join us, we close down Wednesday. Okay.
Click the Canva doc. Let's see what it says.
Productized community. Okay.
All right. So this is kind of one of his new. It's like it's not one-on-one with him, but it's one-on-one with his team. So it's like a mid-premium offer.
Okay, gotcha. And he's using a Canva doc instead of a Google Doc.
Yeah.
All right, interesting.
So that is his. Really, that's his premium offer that he's doing right now. Right?
Okay, so this one's him promoting his premium. Why ad courses fail? productized community, and then okay. So he's promoting to that same offer there. So far we're in March 1st, 2nd, and 4th. Let's look at a calendar real quick. Just a second. Let me turn off some of my stuff. All right. Okay, so looking at a calendar. So the 1st, 2nd, and 4th. Okay. So we see emails 1st, 2nd, and 4th. Then the 6th. Part 1, State of the Union. Was State of the Union last week? It's probably riding the news jacking maybe that.
Sounds right.
All right. Where we are, AI coaches are going to continue growing, making it easier to compete. Bare Basic is working. People want more tools, not more information. Ads are becoming easier than ever. More to come on this tomorrow, but take a rest before Catalyst call coming up soon. Okay, so that was a value add email, but cluing people into more coming tomorrow. And then this is tomorrow. So that was the 6th. So in this sequence, so we got 1st, 2nd, 4th. He was closing something down here. Now we've got 6th and 7th. Slide Edge. What's he promoting? Easy to do. We just have to make so launch the ad, launch the offer, post the post, run the split test, and one day, future of coaching tomorrow after we drive towards Windsor.
So there's no offer then?
Nothing so far. The idea is to sum up. Really want to know what's much. Yeah, so no offer in here yet.
Yeah. So, and one of his premises is send an email every day. Don't always put an offer in.
All right, so long. If you want more juice from you, duplicate the audience, change the ad, change the age by 1. Okay, if you want a chance to win a free ticket to Evergreen Ads plus land priority Q&A when we do live, make sure you drop any questions you have about ads on this post here. Okay, so he's Evergreen Ad must be the thing that he is now promoting. An Evergreen Ad sounds like a MidTicket. So
yeah.
So we've got a 1, 2, 3 part so far email kind of starting into it, but all of these are like preliminary promotion. Okay, so my best just hit record video ad framework. Okay, so this must be video ad framework. So Evergreen Ad must be the idea. Yep. Okay, we're driving people here to. So he's still in like the overarching promotion around it.
Yeah.
Just getting interest. We're on ads coming tomorrow. Okay, so this is just. So that's the 10th and the 9th. Let's see. 9th, 10th. Okay, so he started promoting it this, and we're to this day, and we're still on mostly like low key emails, no direct offer. Product has been original ideas right now. So as good as the template from ideas you give it. Pair that with original ideas. Yeah. Okay. So let's go back and look back and see if we can pair this. So this 4 first. Let's see. Is this the same offer?
Yeah, that's the productized community, I think.
Yep. Okay. So productized community is the premium. Offer jam session next week for folks side. I'll be opening the door tomorrow, but if you want the details, reply back with community. I'll make sure you get first dibs. Okay. So 27th is like the first time that he gives people, or one of the first times that he's giving people the opportunity. So let's look at that. So 27th, that's here. He closed it here. So that's about a week in terms of like actually showing the offer. And that was right at the end of the month. Let's see what this one is. Now I'll be hosting reviewing workshops. Once I have the date, we'll be opening the doors. Yeah. So this one, he's like what I'm seeing he's got like a sequence of, I'm going to be opening the doors. I'm going to be opening the doors when I will. I'll let you know. Here's like preliminary information. I've actually opened the doors, giving people information, and then closes it down about a week later. So first real open was the 27th. What's the first one that he includes the actual doc directly? 28th.
Yeah. And it looks like that's oh, go ahead.
Go ahead.
And it looks like he actually had two kind of premium offers, because I'm looking at the email right before the one you last opened. It says
Right.
Catalyst is full, and before that is the Catalyst has two spots open. Because one of his primary goals is make sure you always sell out your premium.
Right.
Like,
right.
if you think you're only going to get 2, only offer 2. If you think you're
Right.
going to get 6, maybe still only offer 5, because it's more important to sell out than this round than it is to get that last person.
That makes sense. Catalyst has 2 spots open. Okay, so Jermaine Sunday, True Freedom. All right, let me double check my schedule. I know we're past time on our slotted time. Yeah, so looking through this, guilt-free Sundays, details coming tomorrow once I get. That's why I'm opening a few spots at Catalyst tomorrow. Was going to open it today, but my schedule is already booked up Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday now with travel. So arrange it before I open it up. So February 23rd, 2 spots open. Yeah, so I mean he opens it for, in this case, that was only like 2 days. 23rd, 24th, and then he intended to send something this day, but it was full as of the 26th.
Well, he only that was promoted after that mid-ticket. He also promotes it as part of the mid-ticket.
Right.
Because when you open the mid-ticket doc, it says, hey, if you want to work more closely with me, here's how you can do it.
Right.
But this is the first time after the mid-ticket that he specifically has that offer.
It is a free workshop recorded. So while you sleep is turning year 3. That's old in our world. Yeah, it still works. So you can do again. That's for future workshop for Bish, for now Catalyst. Yeah, so he
Okay, so he actually says, I'm looking here, a 7-day launch window. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Day before, something big is coming up if you want results. This is for the mid-ticket. Then the next day, here, I'm going to share this with you if I can. Guess it'd be nice if I looked at that earlier, huh?
That's why we do it live, so we can figure it out. This is the reality.
That's right. All right, I think this is it. You see that?
Yep, 7-day launch window example. And this is for mid-ticket, or this is for premium?
Yeah, that's for mid-ticket. That's for mid-ticket.
Something big is coming. If you want to watch your email, open it up. It's here. Big win from using the thing before, during, and after case study store if you have them. Second benefit from using the tool. Why common advice is flawed. Crush common objection. FAQ email. Close it down. Okay, yeah. So I mean, that's and the sequence around that is pretty typical for me. I've got a pretty good way of thinking through that. What does he do for the premium though? What are his thoughts around his overall promotion? Because like he is doing like daily emails and stuff, and you're right, it is integrated with like doing the mid-ticket, but it's both, right? It's you're opening it during the mid-ticket and what that looks like, and then separately you're also emailing and posting and stuff.
Yeah. So then he's got let's see, the launch emails. I'm looking at my notes. He had a bunch of emails for that originally, but then he's kind of got like, once the mid-ticket's done, he calls it the post workshop ascension. So he sends an email. Here's the recording plus the Canva doc. Then what else does he do? And then he sends a couple more emails, just like you just saw. Right. And so like during the mid-ticket, it's really just the little thing up top, hey, if you want more of my help, I'm only going to mention this once, and then he goes into the content. And so probably I have to check if during the mid-ticket he leading up to it, it doesn't look like he really talks about the product launch, except for, I think his whole goal is to get people into the live experience with him, because once they experience him live, the right ones are going to want one-on-one time with him.
That makes sense. So so what, and like if I had to describe what I'm seeing from the sequence, there's sort of the what I would call the tease content, which is like, here's some thoughts around this thing that I'm working on, and I'm like, more details to come soon, more details to come soon, more details to come soon. Yeah. Right? Then there's typically like what I would call a soft launch. And the soft launch is the he doesn't include the link, but he gives people the option to request the link, right? If you want it, reply with this and I'll send you the link. Yeah. And typically it's also like, I'm going to be announcing this tomorrow. If you want the details early, reply and I'll send you the details, right? So there's the soft launch portion. Then there's like the actual active promotion campaign, which is kind of that 7-day sequence that you just showed, right? Yeah. Although I think the first part of that might be what I'm calling the soft launch, right? So you have the actual promotion. Then you have the post mid-ticket So like really, I see a couple of things from him. I see him sharing emails about like, we covered some great stuff today on our mid-ticket call. Here are some of the key takeaways. I see that the working out loud style emails that are just like, they're not directly promoting something, but they're sort of subtly reminding people that they're missing out on something.
Yeah.
Then you have the post delivery information, which would be for people who actually got it, like the, here's the information, maybe here's a reminder if you want to go forward, I'm going to be opening this up. You have a unique opportunity as somebody who bought in, and that, you get access to this before I open it up to everybody. That sort of idea, right? Like just to that group of people. And then separately, emails that are more to everybody that are like, hey, we just wrapped this up. Soon I'm going to be opening up, soon I'm going to be opening up the Catalyst or opening up my premium. If you want information on that, let me know. That sort of idea. Like the event just happened, etc. Then we have the I'm about to open. So we have the looking back. Then he transitions to looking forward, right? This is going to be opening up. If you want this sort of help, here's what that looks like. Then he actually opens it and he talks about this is open. Here's what that looks like. And then he closes it. And the closes is there isn't an offer in it. It's just the kind of letting people know they missed it, right? And that's kind of the point of it, right? But that does really help though, because like looking through the cycle, his sequence on that, like he's not running a longer extensive dedicated promotion around the Catalyst or around his premium. It's more typically just sort of based on the tease, soft open process, close process, right? And around the Catalyst, it's all really subtle, right? Like he's not doing it's like coconut. But yeah, he's not doing anything super heavy to promote that at all. So in terms of promotion content and sequence, most of it's really about most of it I see is more like the working out loud. Here's what we just worked on and some of the things. Here's what's coming up and some of what I'm thinking about, right? Like that daily email idea. But like the active promotion portion, like he's only blocking in like a week or so. To actively promote the So that makes sense though. So I mean, for sake of email promotion, if we're mapping this to like our 4 week timeline, what it looks like is it, for like the if you have the promo content, say week 1 promoting the mid-ticket itself, you have during that week of delivery of the mid-ticket, you have like the potentially like the working out loud, here's what we've covered, that sort of thing. Or here's what I'm reminded of, that sort of thing. And it's not really designed around a specific offer. It's more like just keeping your list active. Then you have the post mid-ticket wrap up, which I think breaks into 2 zones. You have the just for people who attended the mid-ticket. Separately, you have the people who didn't, right?
Yeah.
And then
I think he sends everybody, whether you attended or not, he sends them the same email.
Well, you mentioned like getting people to replay, getting people to document, all of that. What did you mean about that?
So he said he sends that to everyone that bought.
Right. That's what I'm talking about. That's the.
Oh, gotcha.
That's the ascension to those who bought. Right.
Gotcha, yeah.
But yeah, no, but I mean, it is an important distinction. So I don't think he's like excluding the people who bought from the other emails that he sends.
Right.
He's sending a dedicated email to people who bought, but he's separately sending to everybody. Yeah. And then the sequence of that, like what was that in terms of timing? So he had
we got a few
Catalyst,
more
2 spots open. Say that again.
We got a few more viewers from your page. Welcome.
Oh, hello. Welcome. Yeah, if you're watching, say hi. Let us know that you're watching. We're actively building mid-ticket offers right now and talking through what the sequence of promotion looks like. So that's what we're working on. Okay. So he closed it down on, I mean, essentially, it looks like he tries to close things on Wednesday from the looks of it, which is kind of interesting because he opened it on Monday the 24th for the Catalyst, Monday, February the 24th. It was closed by that Wednesday. He kind of gave it a couple of days to be able to promote through that. And then again, he had a different offer that was closed by Wednesday. And then right now he's kind of in an in-between promotion phase. And it looks like he's like right now he's in between. I'm betting he's going to open something up next week and probably close it down on Wednesday, deliver it in the latter part of the month, and deliver it over like that next couple of days, and then probably open the Catalyst toward the end of the month and close it down again in a couple of days. Probably close it down by like the 2nd of April is my bet. So okay, so what does that mean? What does that mean for us? So he's, I don't know, like his cycle right now, because he introduced another product that he's promoting in there, so it kind of throws off our overarching mix. But I think at a basic level, it's the promotions themselves happen over the span of about a week. In terms of the fully active promotions, and then any time that's in between is mostly like teaser content that's sort of in the right zone, right? It's not stuff that has to happen, right. But if your if your goal is to email daily, then like you're just kind of talking about the sorts of ideas, right? You're not necessarily mentioning a specific offer or promoting something specific, but you're kind of in that zone. Does that sound right? Yeah. And so looking through when like what he's typically doing, it looks like he's often like toward the end of the month actually doing the new mid-ticket, right? It's like toward the end of the month that he's doing it.
And I don't know that he's thought about it that much as like, because like one of the things he said, he's like, the exact timing doesn't matter as much. Like,
right.
He likes a 4-week flow. A lot of times it becomes 5. I saw where sometime in like November, he just had a bonus training on how to hire a VA. Like it was just like a pop-up. He had a little thing about it. And I saw where his insights this year is, he wants it to be stuff that he really enjoys, geared to his people. And but he said that a number of times that like the exact schedule doesn't matter. I mean, he was out of town for a little bit. He had a live event while he was in London. He was sick for a week, and so like, he's flexible with it because his goal is to have a life like we want, like we have. We're much more flexible. We don't want, a huge HR team and all of that.
Right. Yeah, and so looking through it, I mean, it really is most everything. It's like if the goal is that you do one mid-ticket a month, then like the planning and launch stuff is just sort of based around that, and it is a little bit adaptable. Closing and opening the premium is really just tied back to mid-ticket, right? And so it's mostly, it's adaptable to that. It looks like for him, he's also including and potentially able to promote some other stuff too, some other communities, some other premiums. So like, that same sort of idea could come into play with what you just said, right? Like if you want to do a one-off thing, if you want to do a
and for his sub premium, what ended up happening, he got his like Catalyst program up to, I don't know, maybe it's like $350 a week or something, and he had some people that still wanted to join at like $150 a week, and so he took, I think he took two of his team members, or one team member and one person, and said, all right, you can be part of the productized community for $150. You don't get the one-on-one calls with me, or the Q&A with me, but you get it with my team, and you still get all of the mid-ticket offers that I release. Like there's value in having Q&A calls and getting everything that he releases. Right.
Yeah. So you don't, and really what it does is because there is, just in terms of delivery, there's only so many people that will fit on those calls where like you're getting through people's questions and you feel like you're actually covering what people want in the time that you have available. So essentially he said, like, this is that group. If you want the information and like just access to essentially the replays and then people on my team, then here's this group. So it doesn't take my time, but here's the cost that it takes.
Yeah.
That makes sense. And that was $150 a week, and then his premium is currently $350 a week currently.
I'm making it up. It's something like that.
Perfect. Cool. So yeah, so in terms of like the end result of all this and thinking through this, what this makes clear for me in terms of the overarching cycle, and it does help. So the overarching cycle is really built around the mid-ticket. We need probably about a week of time that's essentially dedicated to the open and close of the premium. And then does my face look gray right now? Here a second. Sorry, I'm distracted by the way my lighting is looking right now. Oh, maybe it's just, I was just hovering over my face. That's all. I think maybe. Anyway, that was a major squirrel. What was I talking about?
What just happened? Who knows? Who really knows?
Okay, so here's what it reveals. So the question that we're looking for the answer on, all of this relates back to when am I going to do the actual delivery of the mid-ticket, right? And trying to think through how does that fit in the overarching plan of like what all needs to happen and how to think through the sequencing. So really what it lets me know is if you base it around, like, I think you need probably about 2 weeks that you're mentally planning for it to take to do a mid-ticket, right? Like combination of.
I think it's fair to say you probably do. It really depends on who it is, right?
Well, yeah, but no, I mean 2 weeks in terms of the time that it takes to do the stuff. So it's because you have a promotion phase and then you have a delivery phase, right? So like, okay. if you're running something really like yeah, I could like the typical mid-ticket. If you do like something that feels more of like a pop-up that you just sort of do as a one-off, that might not take that much. But
are you saying you need 2 weeks to plan it, or you need 2 weeks to run it?
Just the overarching cycle. It's like, I'm going to do a
gotcha.
mid-ticket. It'll take a 2-week period of combination of preparation and delivery.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's kind of like the baseline thing, but it doesn't need to happen at the beginning of the month, the end of the month, etc.
Right.
In terms of opening and closing the premium, I mean, really, that's like you need like 3 days, and that's it.
Right. Yeah.
So like you could do more than that. You could expand that to be like a week or so. That's a combination of the closing of the mid-ticket and whatnot, but you really only need the 3 days. And then what you're doing in all the in-between time is like, if it's taking you longer to prepare something, that's fine. It's like, as soon as you know that you're ready to launch something, then you like transition into we're actually going to promote. And in the other time, you're just talking about the stuff, and it's like, here are the ideas that are coming out of this. Here, you're doing content that relates back to what you're working on, both for sake of emails and for sake of social posts and that sort of thing, and just sort of getting people interested in that topic, right? Like,
right.
Of here's my insights, here's my takeaways, here's my thoughts around this. It's like, I'm going to be covering this soon. More details to come. Right. Like, that's kind of the theme for that. That's the in-between time. And then if there's enough time in between things, there's also like here's what we just covered sort of thing that transitions into the promote the premium. For the premium, there's I'm going to be opening this. I open it, I close it, right? And you might have like another couple of messages in there if needed. And that leaves enough room for multiple mid-tickets if you want to. That leaves enough room for all of that. Yeah, okay. Wrapping my head around that process, and like what all it takes. Let me look at my calendar. Okay, so if I'm going to plan for like a week of delivery or a week of promotion, or so, do you know when he tends to deliver his mid-tickets? Have you found that that's consistent by any means?
It's not.
I'm trying to think through what I like for that. Like what would be good? I kind of feel like Fridays actually work pretty well for me.
Oh, so I mean, he usually does his in the middle of the week, because I think he always takes Fridays off.
Okay.
So looks like his are usually, actually I'm looking here, Wednesdays or in October. Wednesday was in November. Tuesday and Wednesday were December. Let's see. He had one in January on Monday, but it was kind of like, hey, here's my, I don't even know that it was a mid-ticket. It might have been just for his people.
Gotcha.
Where he's, hey, here's my plan for the year.
Right.
He had maybe one on Thursday. I'm not sure, in February. We're in March now, and it looks like there was one last Wednesday. So Tuesdays and Wednesdays looks like that's his favorite, but that's because he's got Friday, Saturday, Sunday off.
Right.
I think Monday's a bad day, but besides that, I think that matters.
Yeah. All right. So I think probably Thursday the 20th for me then. And then we'll slate it again for the next week. Block that same time off. So 20th and 27th. That feels like that's doable. All right, cool. Well, I got that part planned. So 20th and 27th. I don't know if I'm thinking. I like the $100 offer for these. It's just easy for me to make that around. So I'm thinking $100. I deliver on the 20th and 27th. That gives me this next week to promote, closing down on Wednesday. So like that would be the next goal in our process, is that we'd be able to launch promotion, hopefully have the assets and start promoting on Friday. Yeah.
Nice.
I was hopeful. Go ahead.
What's the date that the actual workshop's going to be?
The 27th or the 20th and 27th.
Okay.
That's what I got slated for that. But all right, cool.
Perfect.
Well, I got to hop to another meeting, so I'm going to end this stream.
All right.
All right.
It was good.
Well, thanks.
See ya.
Thanks for helping me get some ships done.
We got shit done. See ya.
All right. Bye.